Hello everyone, welcome back to Bobo, a channel where we share simple and interesting knowledge about cats. Today we're going to talk about one of the most well-known and most misunderstood cat behaviors. We've all seen it. Most cats absolutely hate water. They'll run away from a bath like it's a monster. They'll tiptoe around a small puddle on the sidewalk. They'll jump back in shock the moment even a single drop of water touches their fur. But why? What's really going on here? Is it just a quirky personality trait? Is it a deep-seated fear? Or is there a more scientific, more instinctual reason behind this very strong reaction? Well, today we're going to explain everything clearly and calmly, so you can finally understand why water feels so uncomfortable for most of our feline friends. Let's dive in. The biggest and most immediate reason cats dislike water is their fur. It's not just a little annoyance. It's a physical problem. A cat's fur, especially the soft undercoat, is designed to be fluffy and insulating. But when it gets wet, it absorbs water like a sponge. Once it's soaked, it suddenly becomes incredibly heavy. Imagine wearing a thick wool sweater that's just been drenched in water. It's heavy, it's cold, and it's extremely uncomfortable. This sudden weight makes it difficult for a cat to move with their usual grace and agility. Unlike some animals with water-repellent coats like ducks or otters, most cats are built to stay dry. Their entire body is calibrated for a dry, light feeling. When their fur gets wet, it disrupts everything they know about how their body should feel and move, causing immediate distress. Now, let's talk about what happens after the fur gets wet. It takes a very, very long time to dry. Cats are highly sensitive to temperature changes, and their normal body temperature is higher than ours. When their fur is wet, it loses all of its insulating properties. Instead of trapping warm air, it traps cold water right against their skin. This can quickly make a cat feel chilled, vulnerable, and exposed. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. In the wild, being wet and cold for an extended period could be dangerous. It could lead to hypothermia or make them an easier target for predators because they can't move as quickly. So this isn't just a preference. It's a powerful, hardwired instinct to avoid a potentially life-threatening situation. The feeling of being cold and damp is a signal to their brain that something is wrong. Another huge factor is the cat's obsession with cleanliness, but on their own terms. Cats are famously meticulous groomers. They spend a significant portion of their day carefully cleaning their fur with their rough, specialized tongues. This method is incredibly effective. It removes dirt, loose hair, and parasites without ever soaking their coat. It's a precise, controlled process that they are in charge of. So when we come along and try to force them into a tub of water, it feels completely unnatural and completely out of their control. From a cat's perspective, they already have a perfect system for staying clean. Being dunked in water is not only unnecessary, but it's also a stressful violation of their personal grooming rituals. They don't see it as a bath. They see it as being forcibly covered in something they instinctively try to avoid. Let's consider their life experiences. The vast majority of domestic cats are never introduced to water when they are kittens. For a young animal, anything new and unfamiliar can seem threatening. Without positive, gentle exposure to water during their crucial socialization period, it remains a strange and scary unknown. A kitten who has never felt more than a few drops of rain will naturally be terrified when an owner tries to put them in a full bathtub later in life. On the other hand, some cats that grow up around water, perhaps near a lake or a family that enjoys water activities, may tolerate it much better. This shows that a lack of early positive experience is a major contributor to this widespread fear of water. It's not necessarily an innate hatred, but a learned reaction to something that feels foreign and intimidating. This brings us to a core aspect of cat psychology: control. Cats thrive on being in control of their environment and their own bodies. They are masters of balance, landing on their feet and having clear escape routes at all times. Now, picture what happens when you place a cat in a bathtub. The surface is slippery, they can't get a solid footing, and their paws slide around. They lose their sense of balance. Often, the sides of the tub are too high for a quick escape. This sudden loss of control is terrifying for them. It triggers a primal fight or flight response. In many cases, it's not the water itself that's the primary source of panic. It's the feeling of being trapped, helpless, and unable to escape. Their instincts are screaming at them that they are in a dangerous situation and they need to get out immediately. We also have to remember just how sensitive cats are. Their whiskers and skin are packed with nerves that send a constant stream of information to their brain. What feels like a gentle splash of water to us can be a sensory overload for a cat. Imagine water splashing onto your face and into your eyes unexpectedly. It's startling. For a cat whose whiskers are finely tuned instruments for navigating the world, unexpected water droplets can feel overwhelming. Every drop sends a strong, potentially jarring signal through their nervous system. The sound of running water can also be loud and intimidating to their sensitive ears. It's a full-on assault on their senses, making the experience unpleasant from every possible angle. With all that said, you might be wondering, what about those viral videos of cats who seem to love water? It's true, not all cats hate it. Certain breeds like the Bengal, Turkish Van, or Maine Coon are known to be more tolerant of or even enjoy water. This might be linked to their ancestry or specific coat types that are more water resistant. But even for other cats, you might notice them being fascinated by a dripping faucet, batting at the water in their bowl, or trying to catch the stream from a fountain. The key difference here is control and the amount of water. These cats are enjoying water on their own terms. They can interact with it without getting their entire body soaked. This really reinforces the idea that it's not a universal hatred of water itself, but a deep discomfort with being completely drenched and losing control. This is precisely why bath time is often so traumatic for both the cat and the owner. A typical bath combines all the things a cat hates into one terrifying experience. You have the cold, wet sensation, the loud noise of the faucet, the slippery surface of the tub, and the feeling of being physically restrained or forced. It overwhelms their senses and triggers all their deepest instincts for self-preservation. This is why bathing should only ever be done when it's absolutely necessary, and it should always be approached with as much patience, calmness, and preparation as possible to minimize the stress. So the big question is, do cats really need baths? For the vast majority of healthy, short-haired indoor cats, the answer is a simple no. As we've discussed, they are incredibly efficient self-groomers. They do a better job of keeping themselves clean than we ever could with shampoo and water. Baths should be reserved for specific situations. For example, if your cat has rolled in something sticky, oily, or toxic that they can't clean off themselves. Or if they have a medical condition like a skin allergy or ringworm that requires medicated baths prescribed by a vet. For a normal, healthy cat, regular bathing is not only unnecessary, but it can also strip their fur of natural oils and cause a lot of needless stress. Ultimately, a cat's aversion to water is a complex mix of instinct, physiology, and psychology. At its core, this behavior isn't defiance, it's self-protection. It's a combination of sensory discomfort from their absorbent fur, a deep-seated instinct to avoid the dangers of being cold and wet, and a psychological need to feel in control of their own bodies and environment. Your cat isn't being dramatic or difficult when they flee from the sound of a running shower. They're acting on instincts that have been built and refined over thousands of years to keep them safe, warm, and in command of their world. So the next time your cat dashes away from a puddle or protests loudly at the thought of a bath, remember what's really happening. They're not being stubborn. They're not misbehaving. They are simply responding to their natural instincts. Understanding the deep-seated reasons why most cats hate water helps us respect their boundaries and build a relationship based on trust, not fear. It is one more way we can show our feline companions that we understand and care for them on their own terms. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more simple and interesting cat knowledge, don't forget to subscribe to Bobo for more deep dives into cat behavior. And please feel free to share this video with any other cat lovers you know. We'll see you in the next one.